Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Moon Day Messages. I'm so excited for this energy because I've been feeling that energy coming up, and it is one of my favorite energies because it is about self expression through allowing yourself to feel your emotions, to be guided through self expression. So, the sun will move into gate 30. It is still in gate 49, which I talked about in the last video. So if you want to know more about that, watch the last video. But the sun moves into gate 30 in 2 days. And this is the gate of feelings. It is in the solar plexus because the solar plexus is the emotional center, or sometimes also called the emo center. And it is the center that is carrying the essence of feelings, moods, desires, and it helps us to tap into the energy of allowing ourselves to feel everything, the emotions that you can literally sense in your body, like sensations, the emotions that come from the heart, the emotions that come from like your chest area, like anxiety and all of that. It is the center that governs all of these emotions. And this gate, this energy that the sun is moving into, is really about the themes of passion, emotional intensity, and the pursuit of desires. So it is helping us to highlight the role of feelings in motivating change and taking inspired action, because emotions are like our crucial guides to help us towards what truly matters. This is an energy that can help us to be propelled into the next level that we have been maybe avoiding because we have been avoiding specific emotions, right? So it will be an emotional week, not just because of that, but also the moon is going to be full, and it is in Leo. Leo is a very passionate sign. I am a Leo sun. It's a very passionate sign. It's a very loving sign. The Leo rules over the heart when it comes to astrology based on body parts. So it is all about emotions. It's all about letting it feel, letting it rush through your body to help you to get to clarity also, okay? That energy is helping us to navigating the highs and the lows because that is crucial for personal growth. So don't be afraid to feel the negative feelings. Don't be afraid to feel the anxiety, the fear, the jealousy, the anger, right? Like all emotions are valid and all emotions want to be felt and expressed. Emotions are energy in motions, right? Energy in motion. So energy needs to be moved in general, and so do our emotions. We have to allow ourselves to feel the emotions and let it leave our body. If we are angry and we scream it out, or if we are angry and we do shadow boxing or we box our pillow, if we are sad and we cry and we let the emotions manifest into tears and leave our body, if we feel love and we actually express our loves to others. These are all the ways that emotions want to be felt and want to be moved out and into our body, okay? And that is what this week's energy is really about. Like, it helps us to get closer to who we want to be, who we want to embody, by allowing ourselves to authentically express ourselves, including our emotions, okay? Because what came through when I meditated on that energy was nothing is more important than authentic self-expression this year and beyond. So not just 2025, but actually as from now into the next years. But this year is going to be a very, very pivotal year. This year, I don't think that everybody watching right now is ready for this year, because January was already incredibly insane, and the intensity of changes and switches and aha moments and things falling apart to be built up again is, we haven't even touched 20% of the intensity that we will feel throughout this year, because it is a pivotal year. It is going to be intense. I know I feel like I keep saying the same thing over and over again, that the astrology is just very intense and very extreme and very loud and expressive and uncomfortable at times. But that's just what it is, because we are in a very pivotal time. We are in a time where humanity is changing, where we are called to revolution. We are called to change our own ways so that it can ripple out into the masses, so that humanity can change and the way we are living can change, because let's be honest, it's not working. Right? So it is time to follow through on what your body is telling you and shut the voice in your head. Okay, so there's a saying in the human design field that says body wisdom over head, because when it comes to the human design system, we are not meant to make decisions based on our head. We are meant to make decisions based on our inner authority. And that is always connected to a sensation in our body. It is always connected to an understanding and inner knowing in our body. It is always connected to the wisdom coming from our body based on the sensations and emotions and energy flowing through our body, instead of the words that are in our mind. Our mind is the logical part that helps us to strategize and make the decision happen. So you're always meant to make decisions based on your inner authority. If it's a sacral authority, if it's a solar plexus authority, the splenic authority, if it's the ego authority, if it's a soundboard, if it's the mental authority, like it does not matter which one you have. You need to make a decision based on what that inner authority is making you feel, if it's a yes or if it's a no. And then afterwards, you're using your head and your logic and your capability of strategizing to make that decision happen. This is how it is intended. And society obviously tells us differently. Society tells us to think thoroughly about every decision that we make and think about every eventualities that can come out of that decision and make sure that you are prepared and all of these things. And yes, it is important to be prepared. It is important to be ready. But this skill set is not to be used to make the actual decision. Your body is here to make the decision, and then you use your head to prepare for maybe even eventualities, maybe even for how you want to navigate it. But the decision still stands, right? So I think that is one of the biggest misconceptions in society. What else came through is going with the wind or going with the flow of your emotions. I saw a tree bending in the wind, extremely bending in the wind. Like it was very, a lot of intensity in that. It was almost a storm, right? And the tree was bending in all kinds of directions, and all of the branches were like moving around in a way that felt almost unnatural. But the tree still stands strong in its essence, right? Like the foundation of the tree is still standing. Like this is, like if this is the tree and these are the branches, like this is what is happening, but this is still standing still, right? Like this is basically what I saw, and this is what you're meant to move towards and establish for yourself, to let emotions flow through you and feel them without losing your foundation, without losing the understanding of who you are, what you believe in, what your values are, what you stand for, and who you want to become. Okay? So even when emotions like doubt, that are connected to doubt, are coming up, anxiety or fears or whatever it is, still remind yourself of the knowingness that you have when you feel calm about who you are. Okay? And if that is a concept that you just can't grasp at the moment, then the most important thing for you to do right now is regulating your nervous system. That is absolutely crucial. That goes for everyone, but specifically for you when what the concept that I just explained is foreign to you, or is at least not right now attainable for you, because you are in a phase that is absolutely difficult emotion wise. And that is because all of us are going through an extreme transformation right now. It's an icky and uncomfortable situation, but it is intended that way because we are calling in things. Like every time you're manifesting something and you're calling in something that you want, you will always manifest things that are out of your current level of self-worth, because otherwise you would already have it, right? And that is in the nature of us as human beings, to want something bigger, better, more beautiful, or more of that one thing, you know? Because it is in the nature of us humans to thrive and strive for more, for wanting more, for bettering ourselves, for expanding our energy, right? So manifesting things that are out of our current level of self-worth requires us to match the level of self-worth that manifestation lives on. So we are being stretched into seeing how much more worthy we are, to realize that where we are right now is not working out, and staying in that field and in that energy will not help us get that manifestation. So we have to be stretched into more of ourselves. So we have to go through uncomfortable situations, because being stretched is uncomfortable, right? So it is intended that way, and it's okay. MJ. My dog. So signs that this energy is for you are 888, roses, and a light lavender ball. Don't ask me. That's what I saw. Okay, let's see what the Oracle deck has to say. And by the way, if you're new here, I am relaunching my Human Design Oracle deck. I am working hard on getting it ready for the distribution. If you are interested in having that deck, the link is in the description for the waiting list to be the first to know when it is accessible in your country. Okay. Okay. God, what is it that we need to know? What is it that the collective needs to know right now? Please, God, help me to receive the messages that the collective needs to know this week. What is it that we need to know? All of them? These two? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Is that it? Okay. Okay, so the first card that flew out is very interesting because it's called the Moon Cycle, which in human design is one of the authorities, but the one that is the rarest, which is the one that only reflectors have. So it is really an energy that asks you to be patient and wait it out. You are not meant to rush into a decision at the moment. You do not have all of the information in order to make an aligned decision. Wait for an entire moon cycle to get to a point of clarity when it comes to this decision. Things will be revealed along the way which will influence this decision. Trust that giving yourself the time right now is what leads to a more aligned outcome. So since we're having a full moon tomorrow on February 12th, and it's a very powerful full moon, just wait that month, right? Like, not meaning not to take any kind of action, but maybe not the biggest action in the line that has to be taken when it comes to whatever topic is coming up for you when I talk about this, right? It is important for you to get a little bit more clarity about some things. It is important for you to be open to receive the clarity, and it's important for you to just move through your feelings, because again, it's the moon cycle, and the moon is really what is representative of our emotions, and that's exactly that energy is about that I talked about. And then balance came out. So there might be some energy within you right now that is not balanced, and that is what requires you to wait it out, because you have to rebalance these emotions that are coming up for you right now, okay? Allow yourself to just feel. Allow yourself to just feel. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to scream. Allow yourself to laugh. Allow yourself to express your love. All of these emotions that are coming up, just allow them. Like, even when you are around people and you feel like crying, try to allow yourself to do that. Even if that means that, I don't know, just leave that room for a second, go to the bathroom. But like, do not try to not swallow the tears or the anger. Be respectful, be fair, but speak up if you have to, you know, express your anger, like tell that person that didn't feel fair and that you need to talk about this, or whatever it is that is coming up for you right now, okay? It's important that you allow these emotions to freely express themselves. And then we have generator, which is obviously one of the energy types in the human design system. And you are now called to follow your joy more. Allow yourself to have more fun. Allow yourself to enjoy life and inspire others in doing so. What is it that excites you that you haven't allowed yourself doing in a while? If that is accessible for you today, do it today. Go out and do it, right? If it's not accessible for you in that to that extent, maybe find a different way that is close to that thing that you could do today. Or if it's a thing that requires you to book something in advance, at least book that today, right? Open yourself up more to joy is going to help to go through the cycle of not being sure yet, and to also balance your emotions, right? And then we have light codes, which talks about how powerful the sunbeams are, and beyond what it can do to our health, and balancing our nervous. Sorry guys, I got caught up. So we were talking about the light codes and how the sunbeams are not just important when it comes to health and when it comes to our overall well-being, but there are also downloads in there. They help us to understand things better. So like, this is also another thing that you're being called to do. I want to say beyond this week, like this entire moon cycle, because it will help you to, that's interesting. It will help you to balance this, because it is the balance of the moon and the sun. Okay? This is why I have these tattoos here as well, and why to balance that out again, because this is my left hand, which is emotions, feminine energy, which is the moon. This is my right hand, which is masculine energy, action taking and logic, which is the sun. And then I balance it out again with having another sun here, and having the moon here, which now I realize I thought it was on this arm, but I guess there was something about this that made sense to me. I have my mom over here, which obviously is also feminine, so there is some balance in it, but that's interesting. Well, let's get back to the cards. Like, the balance will come when you allow yourself to feel balance within yourself, which is the balance between the masculine and the feminine energy, right? So be open for that. Allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to, it's also very much about recalibrating your nervous system when it comes to balancing the masculine and the feminine energy, right? So if you have too much masculine energy, so too much aggression, too much anger within you, what can you do to release that? You know, there are rage rooms where you can destroy things and stuff like that, which is a beautiful way of doing that, because if you have suppressed your anger for a very long time, all of the anger that you did not allow to be expressed within you is still stuck in your body somewhere. So you need to let it out, you know. And if that is you, you know that it sometimes just bursts out of you in situations that don't even call for it, right? And that is not fair to the other person that is on the receiving end. And at the end of the day, it's also not fair to you, because you will always feel a type of way about it, guilty or mad or angry or sad or, you know, shame, whatever it is. So on the bottom of the deck, we have Shake It Off, which is the overall energy, which also makes a lot of sense, because you are called to feel all of the emotions, and to help you navigate that in a better way, dancing movement is absolutely so helpful, right? Or even just like literally shaking it out can be super helpful as well. Okay, so that's the message of today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Please help me to grow the channel. We have surpassed 100 subscribers. I think we have 112 right now, which I'm so excited about. I'm so happy about. Please help me to continuously grow the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, sending it to people that you know align with the messages or that need to hear it. I appreciate your help. I appreciate you being here. And once again, if you're interested in having this Human Design Oracle deck, the waiting list is in the description for you to sign up, so that you are the first to know when it is available. I love you guys. See you next week. So babes, one quick question. I added the signs in the beginning of the video as a call out, basically to be like, oh, that video is for you if you are seeing these signs. Let me know if that helps. Let me know if you would like me to continue this. Yeah, just let me know in the comments.